Historical turning points, quotes that shaped history. This video presents very famous quotes that shaped history. Quotes like, "I have a dream" by Martin Luther King Jr. "We shall fight on the beaches" by Winston Churchill. "Workers of the world unite" by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. "Tear down this wall" by Ronald Reagan. "Make love, not war," and many others. So, fasten your seatbelts, and get ready to embark on a remarkable journey through time. Join us as we explore the turning points in history, guided by the profound words that shaped our world. Welcome to Historical Turning Points, quotes that shaped history. I have a dream. Martin Luther King Jr. 1963. Martin Luther King Jr.'s iconic speech during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom had a profound impact on the civil rights movement in the United States. His call for racial equality and justice resonated with millions of people, and his dream of a society free from racial discrimination continues to inspire generations. This speech contributed to the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, leading to significant advancements in civil rights for African Americans. Let them eat cake. Attributed to Marie Antoinette, late 18th century. While it is debated whether Marie Antoinette actually uttered these words, they have come to symbolize the indifference and detachment of the ruling class towards the suffering of the common people. The quote is often associated with the French Revolution, as it epitomizes the growing discontent and social inequality in pre-revolutionary France. The phrase fueled the anger of the masses and contributed to the revolutionary sentiment, ultimately leading to the overthrow of the monarchy and the rise of the French Republic. We shall fight on the beaches. Winston Churchill, 1940. During World War II, Winston Churchill delivered a powerful speech rallying the British people against Nazi aggression. His quote became a defining moment, inspiring resistance and contributing to the Allied victory. Give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry. 1775. Patrick Henry's famous quote, spoken during a speech to the Virginia Convention, inspired colonists to support American independence. It became a rallying cry during the Revolutionary War and symbolizes the fight for liberty. Workers of the world, unite. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, 1848. The famous quote from the Communist Manifesto called for proletarian revolution and a classless society, inspiring socialist and communist movements globally. It continues to shape discussions on class struggle, labor rights, and capitalism's role in society. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Edmund Burke, 18th century. This quote emphasizes the need to fight injustice and defend what is right, inspiring movements for human rights. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. John F. Kennedy, 1961. In his inaugural address, President John F. Kennedy encouraged citizens to take responsibility for their country and contribute to its betterment. This quote has since become a call to civic duty and public service, inspiring individuals to actively participate in their communities and work towards the common good. The personal is political. Karl 1969. This phrase emerged from the feminist movement in the late 1960s and early 1970s. It emphasizes that individual experiences and struggles are inherently tied to broader political and down societal structures. The quote encouraged women to recognize and challenge the systemic issues behind their personal experiences of discrimination and inequality. It contributed to the rise of second-wave feminism and influenced discussions on gender equality, identity, and activism. Tear down this wall. Ronald Reagan, 1987. During a speech in West Berlin, President Ronald Reagan issued this bold challenge to Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev, referring to the Berlin Wall that divided East and West Germany. The quote symbolized the desire for freedom and the demand for the reunification of Germany. Reagan's words became a defining moment in the Cold War era and contributed to the eventual fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989, leading to the reunification of Germany and the end of the Soviet Union. I Can't Breathe. Eric Garner, 2014. These were the final words of Eric Garner, an African-American man who died after being placed in a chokehold by a New York City police officer. The quote became a rallying cry for the Black Lives Matter movement, drawing attention to police brutality and systemic racism. It sparked widespread protests and discussions about racial injustice and the urgent need for police reform. The quote continues to symbolize the struggle for racial equality and justice. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Thomas Jefferson, 1776. This quote is from the United States Declaration of Independence and is considered a foundational principle of American democracy. It has served as a guiding principle for civil rights movements and has inspired individuals and nations worldwide in the pursuit of equality and human rights. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. William Ernest Henley, 1875. This quote is from the poem Invictus and has become a symbol of resilience and determination. It has provided strength and motivation to individuals facing adversity and has been referenced in various contexts, including inspirational speeches, literature, and popular culture. Make love, not war. 1960s. This quote became a slogan of the anti-war movement during the 1960s and 1970s, particularly in opposition to the Vietnam War. It encapsulated the desire for peace and nonviolence as an alternative to armed conflict. The quote continues to be associated with peace activism and the promotion of peaceful resolutions to conflicts. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Franklin Roosevelt, 1933. This quote is from President Franklin D. Roosevelt's inaugural address during the Great Depression. It aimed to instill hope and confidence in a time of economic crisis. The quote inspired a sense of resilience and encouraged people to face challenges with courage and determination. Give me liberty, or give me death. Patrick Henry, 1775. This quote is from a speech by Patrick Henry during the American Revolution. It expressed the willingness of the colonists to sacrifice everything, even their lives, in the pursuit of freedom and independence from British rule. The quote became a rallying cry for the American Revolution and continues to symbolize the spirit of liberty and the fight for self-determination. Throughout history, there have been countless quotes that have not only captured the essence of their time but also shaped the course of events. These powerful words have resonated with individuals, communities, and even entire nations, becoming catalysts for change and inspiring movements that have transformed the world.